Welcome back to the channel. As we look to kick off 2024 in the next couple of days, I thought it would be a good idea to take a look at which sportsbook would be best for those of you who are looking to get into sports betting this year, or for those of you who have gotten into sports betting but would like to take it more serious in 2024. Before we jump into the meat of the video, here's just a little preview of what you can expect. In this video, we'll take a look at 5 different sports books, and those sports books are FanDuel, DraftKings, ESPN Bet, PointsBet, and PrizePicks. For each of those sports books, we will take a look at 5 different criteria that pertain to each sports book, and those criteria are the bet availability, the sports available to bet on, the odds offered by each sports book, the best first-time offer promos for those of you who are looking to get started in sports betting in 2024, and the best daily or weekly promos that are offered by each sports book. Now, 2 things real quick before we get into the meat of the video. Make sure that the sports betting platform that you would like to join is legal in your state. I've included a couple links to each of the sports books in the description, so you can check there if that sports book is available in your home state. And also, as an age requirement, all of the sports books require you to be 21 or older to create an account with them, aside from PrizePicks. PrizePicks is actually considered a daily fantasy platform, so PrizePicks only requires you to be 18 or older to make an account. Now, let's start off with FanDuel. First, we'll talk about the bet availability. So as we take a look at FanDuel, you'll see there's plenty of variety provided when it comes to betting on different games. They'll allow you to bet on the spread, the total, and as you can see, there's many different player props that you can choose from on this platform. One thing that helps FanDuel separate itself from other sports books is its same game parlay feature. As you can see here on the screen as I scroll through it, FanDuel offers a lot of different lines and gives you the ability to take alternate lines for each of those player props or spreads or totals. So it kind of allows you to craft the parlay that best suits your risk or what you think is going to happen. Whereas in other platforms, you are just given the line that they put out and you're not allowed to modify it or change it at all to fit what you think will happen. Then as we take a look at the sports available to bet on, you'll see on the left hand side that there's a wide variety of sports. It includes, the typical popular sports: football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and soccer. But it also includes sports such as boxing, MMA, cricket, lacrosse, and as you can see, there are a few others shown, but there are plenty of sports to bet on with FanDuel. They definitely do not limit you on the events available, so it's definitely a plus of FanDuel. Then when it comes to the odds offered by FanDuel, you're going to see across all of the sports books that the odds are pretty similar between books. The events, they'll have similar lines, similar odds, so I would recommend that you start with multiple sports books, because you'll see as we look at it that one sports book might have slightly different odds or a slightly different line. Maybe it's different by half a point or a point, which can make a huge difference when you're gambling. It could give you a slight edge when it comes to sports betting. Now taking a look at the first time offer for FanDuel. As we can see, FanDuel offers $150 in bonus bets to new customers if they win a $5 moneyline bet once they join. So what that means is you'll bet $5 on a random team, or your favorite team, whatever team you pick, to win the game that you're betting on. And if they win, then you'll get $150 in bonus bets, which is nice. They're giving you $150, but it kind of comes with an asterisk because the bet you place first has to win in order for you to get your bonus bets. And then for the daily and weekly promos, you'll see FanDuel is actually, at the time I'm recording this, offering a profit boost for the upcoming Thursday night football game between the Jets and the Browns. They'll typically do this on NFL weekends, or when there's big NBA games on, like Tuesdays. They'll do some kind of TNT Tuesday promo, but they'll typically give you some kind of odds boost or no sweat parlay, something like that will incentivize you to bet on certain games and bet with FanDuel. Now, jumping over to DraftKings, you'll see that the bet availability is very similar to FanDuel. They'll allow you to bet on spreads, totals, and they have just as many player props as FanDuel, if not more. And then as we scroll through the same game parlay feature, you can see that it's a little different format, or the way you look at it with FanDuel. FanDuel's got everything on one screen. DraftKings has it in different tabs, I guess you could say, but you can look at all the different customized lines, alternate lines. It's just a little different layout than FanDuel. Then looking at the sport availability, DraftKings has everything FanDuel has, basketball, baseball, football, soccer, hockey, and all the kind of unique seasonal sports or like one-time pay-per-view events like MMA, boxing, those type of sports. They also have actually entertainment awards that you can bet on, which I think is a little unique for DraftKings, and if you're into that, then you might find this as the sportsbook you want to go with. But those entertainment events currently are the Golden Globes and Emmys that they have odds available for. So just like a little unique bonus with DraftKings, and the odds for all of these events are going to be similar, like I said, across all the books. So I would recommend getting more than one if you do want to get into sports betting. And jumping into the best first-time offers, DraftKings is offering a similar promo to FanDuel. However, DraftKings does not require that you win your bet. DraftKings just says that if you bet $5 as a new customer, they'll give you $150 in bonus bets right away. Your bet does not have to win, which is a nice bonus and gives them a little bit of a leg up on FanDuel. And also, DraftKings is doing a 20% match at the time of this recording for new customers' first deposit up to $1,000. So what that means is whatever you deposit, they'll give you 20% additionally. If that's $100, you'll get $20. If it's $1,000, you'll get $200. And then the most they'll go up to is if you deposit $5,000, they'll give you $1,000 back. And then for daily and weekly promos, you'll see it's pretty similar to FanDuel. They'll give you profit boosts for parlays, and they provide actually a daily no sweat same game parlay promo, which I find is really nice. I use it quite a bit. It basically allows you to place a same game parlay, and if the parlay doesn't hit, then you get your money back in the form of a bonus bet. So you're not losing any money. There's no worry about losing the bet and losing your money. You'll get it back. You'll have the opportunity to bet it on something else after that bet is settled. Up next, we have ESPN Bet. And, similar to the previous two, the bet availability is very similar. They're going to allow you to bet on the spread, the total, and a bunch of different player props. The same game parlay feature isn't quite up to par with FanDuel and DraftKings. ESPN Bet is a new sportsbook that just rolled out a month or two ago. So their features aren't quite up to par with the other two, but they will allow you to bet on same game parlays. They don't actually have the same customization or alternate lines that the other two have, so it's not ideal if that's what you're looking for, but it is there if you were interested. The sport availability is very similar to DraftKings. They also offer odds on the Oscars and the Emmys. So between those two, it's very similar, and they both have a little bit of a leg up on FanDuel with those available options. And then when it comes to the odds, again, get multiple sports books because they're going to be similar and slightly different depending on the event. One might be better than the other, and one might be worse than the other for any given event. So it's good to shop lines around and see what you can get. For the first-time offers, I'd say ESPN Bet probably has the best first-time offer available right now. They are allowing first-time users to get up to $1,000 in bonus bets. However, it's in cash back. So what that means is if you bet and your bet loses, then they'll give you the $1,000 match back. It's not an automatic $1,000. Once you deposit $1,000, it's cash back. So once you make a bet and it loses, they'll give you cash back in the amount that bet was made for. And then also, if you place a bet as a first-time customer on ESPN Bet, then they'll automatically give you $200 right away. So that one's, there's no asterisks. Like, they'll give you $200 right away. You don't have to win or lose your bet. You just make a bet and you get $200 right away, which is pretty good value compared to the other two. And then for the best daily and weekly promos, ESPN Bet's lacking in this area. They don't really offer many daily or weekly profit boosts. There are a couple like weekly things that you can get, like parlay insurance or a no sweat bet, but there's not a ton of them compared to the other two. And however, they do offer exclusive odd boosts for certain bets. Like, as you can see, they do put bets that they boost themselves, and so that's kind of nice, but you'll see that these bets are typically not the best option to take because they are a bit risky and don't happen all that often. The fourth book that we're looking at is PointsBet, and this, I'm sounding like a broken record, but PointsBet offers a lot of the same bets and bet availability that the others offer. You can bet on spreads, totals, and plenty of different player props, and they have a similar same game parlay feature to FanDuel and DraftKings. I know I said ESPN Bet was lacking, but PointsBet is a bit better when it comes to that area of betting, and there's plenty of customization and alt lines that allow you to kind of craft your own parlay that you'd like to make for a particular game. For the sports available to bet on, I'd say PointsBet is pretty similar to FanDuel. There's not a ton of the entertainment events that are available on PointsBet like there were on DraftKings and ESPN Bet with the Oscars and the Emmys, but there are a handful of sports still to pick from and plenty of games to gamble on if you so desire to bet on sports such as lacrosse, cricket, and some of those other sports. And then to reiterate, the odds are going to be similar across all books, so I would highly recommend getting more than one if you do get into this. In terms of the first-time offer promos, PointsBet has a similar first-time offer promo to ESPN Bet, and where they'll refund you when you're a first-time customer for your bets, but there's a little caveat to it. PointsBet does it by like a 10-day thing, so if you place a bet every day for 10 days, then they'll refund your first bet each day up to $100 if it loses. So let's say I deposit $1,000 and I make $100 bet each day for 10 days. If that bet loses each day, they'll give me $100 back each day in bonus bets. But if it wins, then you don't get anything back. I would prefer this offer over FanDuel's just because it's worth more money. You know, you're going to get $1,000 cash back potentially versus $150. And similar to DraftKings, I would probably prefer this over DraftKings just because you're going to get $1,000 back if you unfortunately lose all of your bets. But I would not put it above ESPN Bet because ESPN Bet has a similar offer and they're offering you an extra $200. Then for their daily and weekly promos, you'll see that it includes a lot of odds boosts for same game parlays as well as daily boosted odds for bets made in a certain time frame currently, which is pretty unique. You haven't seen that on a lot of the other sports books, so it's just like a little bonus that provides an incentive to choose PointsBet over the others. Lastly, we have PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a bit unique compared to all the other sports books because, like I said earlier, it's not technically considered a sports book. Instead, they're considered a daily fantasy platform, which limits the bets that they can offer. Like the other sports books were able to give you totals and spreads on every game. Since PrizePicks is daily fantasy, they're only allowed to give you player prop bets, but they get a bit creative with the bets they offer, so it's not like they're just giving you boring bets that all the other books are giving you. They have different lines, different odds, because PrizePicks only allows you to use parlays, which we'll get to here in a minute. And then for the sport availability, PrizePicks does offer a unique amount of sports to bet on. They've got a lot of the other sports that the other books offer, but they also kind of dip in the esports world, so you can bet on events such as CSGO, League of Legends, Call of Duty, and some other esports areas, which I think is a bit cool. So if you're watching, one of these games on Twitch or something and there's a big event going on, you can bet on it on PrizePicks if you think you know what's going to happen. And then for the best odds that are offered, PrizePicks odds are a bit different than the other books. So because it's only parlays, they kind of make their own odds, which could be an advantage or disadvantage depending on what you're betting on. If it's a market like the esports that doesn't really have an established market, then maybe PrizePicks could be a bit off because they don't have anything else to reference. But for some of the other ones, the lines can get a little interesting depending on what the other books are offering, and because you have to parlay them, you should get boosted odds. They do offer promos on Tuesdays and Fridays, but those promos are just to boost the parlay odds that you come up with. So if you're betting on a Tuesday or Friday on PrizePicks, it's just a little extra incentive. You should go ahead and use it. And then for the first time offer promos, PrizePicks is offering a first time promo of a deposit match of up to $100. No asterisks involved, so if you deposit $100 as a new customer, they'll give you $100 as well in bonus bets right when you sign up. So nice that you don't have to place any other bets and that there isn't any cash back or anything like that. They'll just give you $100. And then there are a couple of bonus features that are involved with some of the sports books. In addition to the 5 criteria that we talked about, DraftKings, PointsBet, and PrizePicks actually provides users an ability to research stats on the bets that they'd like to place while on their platform. FanDuel and ESPN Bet don't actually offer you a stats tab to go look up how a team or a player has been playing recently, where the others do. So it's just a nice little bonus that you don't have to leave the app or the website to go research stats on a different website. And then also a lot of them have referral programs. So if you have friends or buddies that are looking to get into sports betting as well, a lot of them will give you and the person that you refer bonus bets when you refer them. So FanDuel is currently offering a $75 bonus bet to the person that is referred and to the person that refers them. I believe it's $50 in sportsbook betting and $25 in casino, but $75 is $75. It would be nice to have. DraftKings is offering $100 in bonus bets when the person referred deposits $50 or more. So there's a nice added $100 bonus that you and your buddy can have when he signs up. PointsBet offers a bonus when the referred person makes a $20 deposit and a $20 wager. So there's a bit of a stipulation there. They didn't say how much they refer when I checked, but I'm sure you can find out if you would like. But the person you refer has to deposit $20 into their account, and they have to bet over $20 for you to get your referral bonus. So if you know any friends, like I said, that are looking into getting into sports betting, then definitely go ahead and try and help them out with the referral link. And if you'd like to get in on the action, I've included all of my referral links in the description, so feel free to use those when you sign up, and we can both benefit from that. Now, for my decision on which sportsbook would be best to use for, a first-time user in 2024, of these 5, I'd probably go with DraftKings. I know it doesn't have the best first-time offer, ESPN Bet does, but for what you're using it for, DraftKings has the most sports to bet on. It has the best customization tools for your bet availability. It has a pretty solid best first-time offer, and the daily and weekly promos are up there, if not the best, of the 5 that we've looked at. Now, it's important with the new year coming, there may be added promos, there may be better first-time offer promos available at other sportsbooks, so it's important to keep an eye out on those. But to reiterate what I had said earlier, it's important that if you are truly trying to make money in the long term off of sports betting, you shouldn't be using just one sportsbook. I would make accounts on multiple. That way you can figure out which line is the best, which sportsbook's offering the best odds. So that way in the long run you can take advantage of those small differences in odds that make a big difference in the long run. And with that being said, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you got this far into the video, I'd appreciate it if you left a like on the video. I'll be coming out with a lot more sports betting content in 2024. So if there's anything you guys would like to see in the future or any questions that you had on this video, definitely leave a comment below and I'll definitely answer those in the comments section. And with that being said, thanks again for watching and I'll see you in the next video.